Hello and welcome to episode 47 in our Air Hauler 2 series. And jumping right into it, we finally have changed our logo and got it updated. Woo! Sureless Airlines, SLA. Making it happen. Alright, loading in our company. And into the office we go. So let's jump over, see where our fleet is at. We've got Jessica and her A336 sitting over at KNZY. And we've got Daisy with her A36 sitting down at KPSP. Notice how Daisy is putting on a beating. And we've got the TBM 850 sitting up at KPSP, and that's where I will be. Alright, let's look at our info. Real quick, you'll notice our cargo rep, boom, we are skyrocketing, 82.77. We finally have an overall reputation that puts us over 40. We could go looking now at leases or loans maybe to purchase larger aircraft, which could be a smart way to go to get ourselves into some larger planes, get them into maybe some cargo masters. But we'll deal with that at another time. Right now, jumping over to the finances, we can see that we peaked, dropped. That was due to our purchase, so that's okay. But we are on our way up. Currently sitting at 745,000. That is some big cash dollars we're sitting on. We're going to go ahead and try to move that in not too long, build it up a little bit and get ourselves, like I said, one of those cargo masters. Maybe we'll do it with some loans, pick up 2 of them, pay off the loans, or we'll just try to do this strictly with the cash. Now, looking at that ledger, wow, we are picking up bigger jobs, higher dollar values like this one right here, tools from KPSP over to KPTV. And, you know, some significant money there. However, you're going to notice as we scroll down, we're going to find where Daisy has been costing us some money. So not only did she get an A check done, but Daisy had a catastrophic landing. Put on another 46,000 in repairs. Just hammering the plane into the ground. So that's something we're going to have to keep a lookout when it comes to our pilots. As we can see, Daisy is now up to a rank of ATPL. We've given her some extra points for, you know, bonus bucks, maybe help her out with some less damage and capability when landing the plane. And we'll see how that helps out with her. Looking at Jessica, she's solid as a rock, 92 jobs, no failure. She's got her CPL MEIR, and we made sure to give her a few extra bonuses as well. Alright, so we've got 2 pilots. We could consider looking at a third. Why not? Maybe we'll get ourselves a cargo master, get that assigned, and instead of selling off one of the Bonanzas, maybe we'll keep one of them around, bring on a third pilot, or maybe just go straight for it and have 4 pilots. But I think, you know, I'm getting a little out of the realm, just thinking, getting excited, but maybe we'll open another base, start moving further north here in California, maybe up in Ontario or maybe even Santa Monica. We'll see. So much to do, so many options. We'll see. Maybe Ontario or maybe Burbank. Maybe we'll do Burbank. But for now, let's just get back into this and stay focused. So let's go find ourselves some available jobs. Let's toggle to the topmost fee. Oof. KPSP to KPRC. $44,000. That 3,200 pounds, but very appealing for, say, somebody running a TBM. We'll see. All right, let's try to keep this focused. So we've got pretty much, that's a pretty long haul. 232 miles, head out to KBXK. That could be good for Jessica. Now, the only problem with that is you really need something that's going to bring you back the other way. So if we look at this, is there anything from KBXK? Nothing coming back from KBXK. So I don't know that I want to send her to that one. And there is a P19 coming back. Now this could be pretty friendly for the TBM as well, just because with the TBM and us doing the flight, we'd be able to interrupt part way, do the switch over, fly over, pick up, fly back, get the rest, go back, and kind of do this in a couple of stages. So for now, I think what we'll try to do is keep it pretty consistent with things that make us money, but are also reasonable in both distances and fees. Not to mention the fact that we know we can go between bases and we're always going to make some money. 3 days, 1 day, and 1 day, 4 hours. All right, so we're going to go ahead and assign that. Yes, CanZY. We'll give that to Jessica. We'll click OK. We're going to go find the other KNZY. Maybe we'll assign the ICE. That one as well. Sign that. Click yes. And we will give that to Jessica as well. We'll be able to stack these up. There's also some glass, but the glass isn't financially as good. All right, let's do the sun cream, and then we'll go KPSP, back to KNZY, 11 hours. Let's do this one. Assign that to AI. Okay, so we've got her definitely stacked up. She should be good. Now let's go ahead and focus on Daisy. Daisy's at KPSP. That's the KPRC one. So the question is there anything from KPRC back? No. Too bad. That would be an okay haul. She's just not going to be able to take all of it at once. I guess now we got to decide, what do we give her? Do we give her, what about MMES? Sometimes that's got some extra jobs. No, but MML does. KYUM goes to KPSP. Okay, that's good to know. No KPSP to KYUM at this time. There is a KPSP to MML. All right, let's give her this one. Get her something to do. And then we've got, oh, there's an MML to 54 Alpha Zulu. We'll give her that. And then there was a KYUM back to KPSP with some memory sticks. And we'll give her that one. All right, that gets her a little triangular run. Gets her 3 jobs. So if we go to our accepted jobs at this point, we can see we've got a bunch in the hopper. So let's jump over to our pilots, and we're going to look at their assigned jobs. And Jessica, better refresh that. So she's got these 2, KNZY to KPSP. Well, these 3. but she's KPSP back to KNZY. She'll make sure to pick up the excess, and she'll be doing her shuttles back and forth between our bases and basically cleaning that up. And then Daisy's going to go KPSP to MML, MML to 54 Alpha Zulu, and then jump over to YUM and come back to PSP. So all in all, looking at our available jobs, or the jobs we have, combined, they're going to create a run of about 54,000. So that looks like a good start for them. What we need to figure out now is what to do for us. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump by the biggest fee. Now, right away, this one, you know, it's screaming to me. KPRC, 44,000, you just can't go wrong. So we're going to accept that job. Yes, we are. We're going to go to our cigarettes. And this is the job that we're going to fly right now and do for us. So let's go ahead and click on Fly Now. And of course, we're going to take the TBM. Currently, we have a range of 655 nautical miles. And we can take 2,300 pounds. So let's go ahead and we will load that up as much as we can. 2,348 pounds. We are ready to go. So we got enough fuel to do the round trip. Let's go ahead and click OK. Sure, we'll let this accept that as a route. We might do something a little bit different. Into the sim we go. So jump into our fuel and payload. We've got our fuel. So we got our 97 gallons. We've got our cargo loaded up. And ironically, our CFG is very close to the front, but looks like it'll be okay. Here we are on the ground, looking wonderful as always. We've got our progress. We are ready to go. All right. Now I swapped panel because I've moved stuff to an actual overhead. So we're going to go ahead and get our power in, get our battery turned on, get our master caution, master warning. There is our power. Fuel pump goes on. De-ice. Let's go ahead and get our nav strobe, our beacon, and our panel lights on. And we want to make sure that our inertial separator is in the on position. Yes, we know that our inertial separator is on as it should be. Okay, so looking there looks good. Let's go ahead and looking up top, let's get our visors out of the way. And everything looks to be in the right position. Autos, avionics are in the start position, so we should be good to go. Let's look back at our MFD, and we're going to make sure that we are in the cutoff. So let's go ahead and fire her up. Oh, get those parking brakes on. And waiting for that NG to rise. And there we go. Now we can go ahead, give ourselves the low setting. And master caution, master warning. Turn those off. Alright. De-ice. It's blinking on and on and on. Sure. Alright, our torque is starting to rise. And we'll go full fuel injected. While we're here, set our cabin altitude goal. Sure, up around 8,000 feet so we don't get sick. All right. Check, check, check. Looking good. And so now we can go back into our set position. Avionics comes on. Let's get our pitot heat on while we're at it. And we're going to go ahead and get our taxi lights into the on position. Gear is down. I have not yet put the gear handle I built in. I got to get that done. All right, hit continue there. Databases, yes. And actually, there's a new Garmin trainer I should probably update, but we'll hit continue. Fuel, 96.3 gallons. Click OK. 96 gallons. So our two GPSs are in agreement. All right, where are we going? Flight plan. We're going KPSP, and then we are going to KPRC. Let's make sure I got that in right. KPRC. KPRC. Love. So we already know what that message is about. So let's look at our preview. Takes us up to KPRC. That is all in the correct direction. Excellent. We'll do 1245 altitude reporting for the sake of it. Excellent. All right. Well, looking out our front window, because we have all of our gauges nicely here. Everything is looking good. Yes, using this keyboard here. One of those things I should consider changing, but let's just look up top real quick. I keep forgetting I need to figure out a button for this, but autopilot trims should go to the up position. Avionics are on. Fuel, everything's in auto. Ignition is in auto. Starter is off. Mains for the generator. Taxi light, strobe lights, everything is good. Let's go ahead and get our visors out. We are good to go. All right, well, and let's go ahead and look right, looking left. So I think we're going to go to our right today. So let's go to our map. We are on the far side today. All right, well, good to know. Go ahead and zoom in. Well, we're going to go right, and what we can do is go off of Alpha. All right, let's go to flight plan. Let's go ahead and let's get our ATIS. All right, 2968. All right, either of the 3 ones is available for departure. So let's go ahead and grab 3-1 right. Well, that's going to be difficult. All right, well, we're just going to taxi around these guys. Lots of room. Lots of room. Nothing to worry about. Lots of room. All right, approaching 3-1 right. Gonna go ahead, get our landing lights on, get our taxi lights off. We're gonna look right, look on the 485, look left. Yeah, no one is coming. All right, real quick. Why are you giving me stuff? Yes, we know, go away messages. Let's go to our flight plan. KPSP, load procedure. Let's depart here. Cath 1, 31 right. And we're going to go ahead and load that departure so that we have that. So now when we look at our flight plan, there we are, and then out we go. We also could have done the thermal and up, but this will be a little bit faster. Let's go ahead and get to our map. So it's going to be altitude, and we're going to go up to 4,000. And go ahead and set the brakes. Brakes are set. Let's go back to our flight plan. Sure. All right, going and power is set. Let's get our approach flaps in before we get in trouble. And release the brakes. We have our heading, and we've got our altitude. Heels are on the floor. Gauges are green. Airspeed alive. Cross check. Yes, gauges are green. Oh. Wait for it. There it is, 90 knots. Go ahead, get off the ground. Get that nose over. And gear's going up. Alright, there we go. Our speed's building. And go ahead and put those flaps up.
Fly this sector and land at your destination.
Alright, there we are. Alright, let's get our yaw dampener on. So now we can take our feet off. Get into a nice smooth climb. We are clear of clouds and precipitation, so we can take the inertial separator out. Let's get our nose down. 120 knots. It's a good climb. And let's go ahead and get our GPS navigation in. And let's go ahead and climb up. Set our bug for 8,000. Keep that turn coming. Just want to fly these command bars. Keep them right in the center. Don't worry about our terrain. Our terrain is fine. Outside air temperature is 32 degrees. We're going to get our de-icing off. That's not needed. All right. Gorgeous view out there. And there's our intercept line. All right, back on course, back in our safe area. All right, at this point, we are going to go back to our flight plan, and we are going to skip this, and we are going to activate that leg. And the reason for that is we clearly have achieved our altitude. All right, so we're going 200 and something miles to go. So let's go ahead and let's get ourselves up to flight level 210. Alright, so that's our airport off our right hand wing. There it is at the 90 degree. Definitely at this point at a safe altitude. Beautiful day like today, we could easily just, cancel IFR, throw in a little right hand turn, and land VFR nicely in there. So on this approach, we are going to be doing a parallel entry into our hold. All right, 3 minutes. Hit PEView, and PEView is where our initial approach fix is, and you can see at the bottom of the display direct to PEView, and then you can see the hold looks like a loop function, 7 nautical miles, and now what you can see is towards the top, if we just back out for a second, you can see the teardrop it's drawn in the left-hand turn. So these are right-hand turns for this hold, but because of this being an offset, not being an offset and not being direct, it's what's called parallel. So you come to the mark, you fly straight out on what's supposed to be your inbound radial, and then you do a teardrop turn back towards the fix so that you'll come back and then you'll start your right hand turns in the outbound to inbound in your 1 minute. Well, it's turboprop, we could be doing 1.5 minute holds. And now it's flashing and you can see it says hold parallel. So to enter the hold, it needs to use a parallel entry. So it's going to turn left to 30 degrees to fly outbound on the inbound. And we're almost down to our 9100. There we go. So we're going here to PEView, and we're going to do the loop back, which is what we're currently on, and then we'll enter the hold. So we do that at 9100, and then it's a step down to 7,900, where at Humpty we pick up our final approach fix, and that's where we pick up our LPV approach and we make our way down. So like we were saying, LPV 5176, half mile, 1 mile, half mile, 1 mile, 5276, and then you have your higher ratings for your higher categories. Climbing 5500, then you do a right hand turn to 9100 direct to Dili. So that's the same as reading the instructions in the missed approach instructions. Climb 5500, then right turn 9100 direct to Dili and hold. All right, so we should have all of the information that we need from our charts. I'm going to go ahead and push that back away. All right, we're going to arm the approach. we'll see when it plans on kicking out the altitude. And what I mean by that is I don't think it's going to automatically step down to 7,900. I think it might here give us what we want. So I think 7,900 we need to manually dial in. And what's nice is by not doing anything with vertical speed yet, we've armed it, we haven't activated it. Yeah, not seeing the LPV. So we are going to start our way down 500 feet per minute, and we are going to start slowing up. Definitely slowing up. All right, let's go ahead and get our landing light on. Should have been probably on. We'll throw our strobes on just for fun. Everything else is good to go. Nice. We are coming out at Humpty. There comes our purple diamond. So our final approach fix and the beginning of our glide path. Altitude hold went out, approach is armed, we have our glide slope. All right, well, there you go. All right, 500 to go. And we'll take it all out.
Landed. Taxi and park. Landing was smooth.
All right, let's get there. Let's go ahead and get our parking brake on. We are going to turn off our avionics and go ahead and idle fuel.
To offload/load cargo and fuel. I recommend closing FSX between flight/jobs.
And we're gonna leave the rest of it on. Well, we'll turn the fuel pumps off. We're gonna power off actually. Let's get all of our switches off. Now that I think about it, we'll go full off. Let's go ahead and unload. We're low on fuel, we got a ways to go. $7 a gallon for Jet A fuel. Total fuel of 190 gallons. Let's click OK. We're going to finish flight monitoring. We need to position this back. So we've got our fuel. We click OK. No cargo in the air. Continue. Yes, we have to. We can see the others moving about. There you go. So we got to go to there, and then we're going to come back. Awesome. Let's accept and fly route. We're going to click OK. All right, so let's look at our MIP. Let's go ahead and get our power on. Let's get our switches on. Don't worry about those. Off. Let's go ahead and fuel pump. Pitot. Beacon. All right, we are in a good place. Parking brake is set. Idle cut off. Let's start up. Okay, the NG is rising. And introduce fuel. Low idle. And we can go high now. And we will let our torque come up. All right, so 15 flaps. Goal of 8,000 feet, that's good. Cabin pressure, everything is good. Shut up. Excellent. So, avionics switch now should be in the on position. And lastly, our one auto trim switch. So autopilot trims. Everything else is correct. All right, let's go ahead and get our taxi lights on. Taxi lights are now on. 7.4 gallons. And we are empty. Click all that, and we are good to go. So let's go ahead, go back, go map. We're gonna go, nope, sorry, home. We're gonna go to flight plan. We are going to delete all, yes. Add waypoint. We are at KPRC, that's where we are. We are going to KPSP, Palm Springs. Yes, we're going to go direct. Awesome. So, looking at here, flight plan, load procedure, departure. We're going to depart off of 21 left, 1 departure, 21 left, load departure, 300. Is our climb out, climb direct 210, arm heading, it's going to be 210. All right, let's go ahead, get our parking brake off, and let's get moving. Home, map, there we are.
Taxi and take off.
We will taxi and take off. Taxi light goes off, altitude, everything is set. We're going to go ahead. Let's get on that runway. Heels go to the floor. Get our pitch up. Okay, power is set. Heels are on the floor. Cross check. Gauge is green. Airspeed's alive. Airspeed cross checks. 98 knots. Let's go ahead, pick up the front. Ooh. Nose that bad boy over. Let's go outside. Go ahead, get the gear up. Speeds up. Go ahead, get the flaps up. Alright, we are on point. As you can see, well established into the climb. We're going to climb out at this altitude, get ourselves up to flight level 280, and then make our way for home. We're through 10,000. We'll go ahead and get the landing light off. Also don't need our strobes during the days, so we'll get those off. And we can even take our nav lights off if we wanted to, but we'll leave them on. We've left our de-ice off. No worries about any type of de-icing. All right. Well, I would say that this is a great time to go ahead and end episode 47. When we come back in episode 48, we are going to be landing. So we'll come back on the landing into KPSP, pick up the last of that load, and head out to KPRC again. As always, guys, if you like this, hit the like button. If you want more content like this, then you should subscribe. But either way, come with us again on the next one in episode 48 when we pick up the rest of the load. Thanks for watching.